Greetings gamers, welcome to part 39 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10, Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I have narrowly escaped with my life. Ike almost died. Well, he did die once, but he didn't die a second time to the Black Knight in last episode. Surprisingly, he dodged twice, but it was only like a 58 hit. So technically it was in his favor that he wasn't going to be hit, because of the way false hit works in this game. Either way, excellent. Everyone push through. Let's meet up with the main force.
The beast soldiers are behind us. We're being attacked from behind.
The Galleons? How did they cross the river?
It's not just the beast. There are hundreds of hawks as well.
Even the Hawk tribe is here. The Begnion army never told us that they had moved out.
They got us. Commander Ike's force was just a decoy.
Staying will only increase casualties. Let's retreat.
No, maiden. We can still fight. Please give us your orders.
I have. We shall retreat. I will not let all of you die in vain.
But...
General's orders. We kept our losses to a minimum. That's enough for this battle.
Yes, sir.
Micaiah, I'm surprised. This is the first time you couldn't predict the enemy's movement.
You're right.
Micaiah? What's wrong?
Soth, don't. Just act normal. Everyone is watching.
Day and keep. What? Micaiah failed to eradicate the Laguz Alliance? No.
This looks bad, King Peleus. Is this how the people of Dayan repaid Begnion for all the kindness it has offered them? I'm afraid Dayan and the Senate's friendly relationship stops here.
But please wait. Give me one more chance, I beg of you.
Well, since you begged, I suppose I will consider it.
Please just listen. Dayan remains loyal to the Senate. We will carry out any task given to us. Your whim is our command. Just please give us another chance.
Very well. We shall overlook your failure this one time, but only once. Farewell, young King of Dayan.
Duke Laguz of Gados talking to King Peleus, and Peleus groveling to him. Very strange things are occurring. Peleus. Mother.
That man you were speaking with, he is a senator from Begnion, correct? Duke Laguz of Gados, I believe. He was here before as part of the Empire's inspection team. He came in Duke Percy's stead.
Yes, you are right, Mother. That was Vice Minister Laguz of Begnion. So you saw us together.
Tell Mother what happened. You look absolutely terrified. Does that man have something on you? Is he trying to hurt you? It's all right to tell your mother the...
No, it's quite all right, Mother. We were talking about the future of our two countries and how we might repair our relations.
But...
Please go back to your room. I shall go rest as well. I find myself very tired of late.
Peleus, wait. Oh, my son.
And another boatload of bonus experience points, 5,000 to be exact, made up for a whole lot of bonus experience points that was spent on racing for just one singular level as well. Insane.
The diversion created by the Grail mercenaries allows the Laguz Alliance to slip successfully past the Dayan army's blockade. Yet General Zelgius and his central army show no mercy and continue their relentless pursuit of the Laguz Alliance. The weakened Alliance is forced to a hard choice. They must pass through the northern edge of the Serenus forest. From there, they will try to make their way to a hidden road that will lead them out of Begnion and back to Gallia.
Chapter 8, Incandescent Glow. Celiora Castle, Begnion. How are we doing for time, Janoff?
They're gaining on us. Their lead force is about, let's say, 1 day off.
You've got to be kidding. How did they cover so much ground since yesterday? They're definitely moving faster than we expected. At this rate, they'll catch us soon. Any ideas? With the enemy closing in so quickly, It would be unwise to use the secret passage. If Begnion found it, it would give them an open invitation to surge across Gallia. Your king would not be pleased. We can't expose our country to that danger. We have to think of something else. Well, we can't start a fight in the Serenus Forest. Besides, the terrain disadvantage. The forest isn't fully healed, and we can't risk burning it down again. Soren, any ideas? Our options are profoundly limited, Ike. It appears our only choice is those caves up ahead. Caves? Oh yeah, those are the Kauku caves. We don't want to go there. It's a complex maze full of lava and ash, not exactly a place you'd want to rest. The legends say that through the caves, there's one exit that leads to Goldoa, and another exit that leads to Gallia. Whatever the legends say, though, the fact is that it's suicide to go in there. We don't even have a map. However, the more you hens carry on, the closer the enemy advances on us. They're now less than a day away. If the enemy catches up to us in this forest, we will certainly die. The caves are known to be dangerous, so Begnion may not pursue. Even the most formidable natural hazard isn't as deadly as an intelligent living enemy. We must go to the caves. Now. All right, Soren. I trust you. Let's move out for the caves.
Are you sure? We have visual confirmation of the Laguz Alliance heading into the Kauku caves.
Yes, sir. The enemy must be desperate. Why else would they enter into that forsaken death trap?
We cannot go there without preparation. It would be suicide. Let's not follow them to their deaths. That ends our pursuit then. Tell the men that this mission is over.
I cannot allow you to do that, my dear General.
You're...
Senator Valtome.
You're not even a tiny bit surprised, Lord Zelgius of Cador. What a frightful bore you are. I came here in secret just to surprise you.
Oh, I am surprised indeed. What would bring a senator of your station to a place like this? Do you bring new orders?
Oh, yes. I'm here to deliver a decision handed down by the Senate. In its wisdom, the Senate has appointed me Commander-in-Chief of the Imperial Army. From this moment on, this army is mine.
I see. Then I am at your command. Your orders, Commander?
Oh, you are ever so serious. You haven't changed one bit, Zelgius. One of these days I will catch you off guard. Well, I suppose that impassive face of yours is just part of your charm.
Senator Valtome, your orders?
Oh, yes, orders. Well, this battle is taking far too long for my taste. We will pull back and conquer Gallia by taking a different path.
I see. Then I shall inform my men.
The northern force will stay here. Tell them to go inside the caves and search for the bodies of the dead subhumans or something.
What? Sending them into those caves is the same as sending them to the gallows. I implore you to reconsider, Commander.
I gave my order, did I not? Get those men in those caves right this minute. And Zelgius, never question my orders again, or I'll have you killed, is that clear? Besides, you should be happy. You're coming with me to finally wipe out those beasts. Come along now.
What a foul wretch of a man. Kauku Caves, Begnion. Info.
How are the injured holding up?
They're exhausted. Some are so bad off they can't even get up the energy to transform. The unwounded soldiers have been taking turns carrying the injured.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll carry one or two on my back once we enter the caves.
Hey, you're hurt too. Be careful you don't strain yourself and cause permanent injury, alright?
Hurt? Do I look like I've been wounded?
Scrimmer, you're standing in a pool of your own blood. Tell me the truth. It hurts to even stand, right?
A little. Do the others know?
No. None of our soldiers know. But I'm sure King Dibarn and Ike both know.
Good. Our soldiers shouldn't know. I have to be their role model. They'll see that I've been wounded, yet continue to fight. Maybe that will help them carry on.
Scrimmer.
Liar, come on. You have to stop sulking. Don't talk to me. I hate you, Leith. That's too bad because I like you. Liar. I'm only hard on you because I worry about you, and I want you to stay safe. Why did you even become a soldier? You used to hate fighting. Huh. Was it because of Ranoff? That was one reason, I guess. There were other reasons. Yeah, I wanted to stay with you. Does that mean you'll start talking to me again? Yeah, even though you drive me crazy, you're still my sister. I'm glad. Here, take this as a token of an apology. What is it? It's a daunt scroll. What? Say that again, I dare you. Ah! Lee's mad at me again. Stop being mean to me. I'm the mean one.
You got a daunt scroll. Nice. Yeah, so I do believe Janov and Alki are permanent members of the team. Skills. Who is going to receive that daunt scroll, I wonder? I don't really have anybody who could receive it and whatnot, but 10... No, I kind of don't really have anybody who could use that right now. Well, actually, discipline. She doesn't need discipline anymore. At least not for now. What this will do is allow me to use Daunt to its fullest capacity, which reduces the hit and critical hit percentages of all enemies within 3 spaces by 5. This isn't great, but it is useful as a bonus on top of Ike and Mist's already pretty decent support. And with that being said, I do believe I have much to do concerning the structure and outfitting of my army. I will be right back, folks. Alright, gamers, it is time to do the rest of my managing on screen so you can see exactly what I have planned. And yes, I have decided that I'm going to give the rest of my bonus experience points here to promote Mist. This isn't 100% necessary, but it is going to vastly increase her combat as well as defensive utility and her movement, because this is going to also give her that wonderful promotion that allows her to do some interesting things. Let's just put it that way. Looking like pretty typical levels right now, because bonus experience point system in this game only gives 3 stats apiece per level, and it is typically the highest growth rates of said unit. That means she wasn't going to get her final point of strength, but it doesn't matter, and you're about to see why. Yes, Mist becomes a Valkyrie and gets +5 strength and +5 defense. This is incredible. I mean, she would have 22 strength, but I'm going to be very honest with you here. I guess I will remove Adept for a second. Mist, maximum strength, I'm almost certain is only around 26. So she is incredibly close to her max. Most of her other maximums are around 30 to 35. I'm pretty sure 35 for most of them. And so she's actually got a pretty significant amount of time to grow to gain those supports. Now, I do like Daunt, but I actually think for the sake of Mist's combat, more than anything, I think keeping the Adept on her is better. Now, unfortunately, she can't have both, and the reason why is because she gains Canto, which means that she loses Shove, but she gains an extra, well, she loses 5 capacity because she loses Shove, but gains Canto, so it's 10 capacity total. But Canto is a way better skill than Shove. Let's be real here. Very real. So the fact of the matter is that Mist here is pretty well set. Now, I do still want to give somebody Daunt. I could remove Disarm for the time being. And give him Daunt. I might end up being able to give Shinon disarm after he promotes, which he's very close to. If it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to promote Mist first, I would have just done that with him instead. Though, the final thing I have to do, very importantly, is forge a wonderful ranged axe. And this is going to be a golden one. How about that? Yes, I would love to use a coin. I have 4 in stock. Might as well use them when I have the opportunity. Alright, picking the middle card as always. Doesn't matter which actual card you pick. Plus 10 hit. Good for a hand axe. I will say that. Not exactly what I was looking for. And this is going to be called Inherited. And, of course, Titania is going to inherit that axe. With all that being done and said, time to save and continue the chapter. Inside the Kauku caves.
Why do I always get stuck with these awful missions? I should have curried favor with General Laguz, then perhaps I wouldn't have had to step into these ghastly caves.
Hey, Ike, we have company.
Seems that way. What kind of numbers are we looking at? I can't see through all this smoke and heat.
It's just like Soren said, a token force.
As far as I can tell,
Zalgius isn't leading them. That helps things.
We have to keep the enemy away from Scrimmer and the others while they look for an exit. Let's proceed as planned. We have enough people here to deal with these clowns. Everyone ready?
We're set.
Let's finish this and get out of here. Let's choose units. Janov Alki. I do need to make sure before I actually pick all of my units that there's not anything in particular of very importance that needs to be stolen. Because if that's the case, then obviously I'm going to bring Heather. Stuff like vulneraries can, you know, whatever. I'm not really interested in that. Worm. We do have some dark magic users, druids. So I think this is the second instance that we face these. Interesting. The boss has a pure water. Not really that useful. Yeah, so this is Septimus. He has a silver great lance. A tremendously powerful lance that's very difficult to wield. Its weight limits multiple attacks. I don't even understand why this is said. You couldn't possibly use a silver great lance by just about anyone by the time you would get it that would be limited by the weight of the weapon. I say possibly, but there's probably some instances. Have I ever seen those? No. And it doesn't look like I have anything that is worth stealing, so yes, Heather is going to hit the bench pretty hard, as I have no use for that chick in this chapter. I usually kind of do like a two-prong thing here, sometimes even three-prong, but I like sending some folks down here, as well as some folks to the right. I may just do that still. But either way, I think this force can go south, whereas this force can go east. Just for the time being, they're going to meet back up. Just so that I can rout this enemy as quickly as possible, because this is a rout chapter. Which means that you kind of have to have units that are all going to take advantage of the positioning of where they are, 1-2 range, stuff of that sort, so that you can get the chapter done as soon as possible. This will become very relevant in a future part, where route is basically the whole objective of every chapter. Alright, Titania. Crossbow. Oh, why did I unequip that? I meant to equip. Oh well. That was not something I was trying to do on purpose. That's for certain there. Good old Ike here is doing literally nothing to that guy. So the gimmick of this chapter is that all of these darkened spaces, if you stand on them and wait your turn on them, you will lose 10 HP. And that's obviously what the game is showing you in the beginning, when some of the enemies were reduced HP because of such a, I want to say nonsensical mechanic, because I don't really think this is, it's not hard to avoid. It's not threatening, even in the slightest. And it just kind of is one of those things where it's like, you almost want to ask, did the developers really think this was a cool idea? It's interesting for maps to have different gimmicks. I'll grant that. I will absolutely grant that. I'm not going to take anything away from that, but it is not something you are ever going to be affected by unless you yourself are putting yourself in that position to be affected by it. Definitely not something that I'm going to be at all affected by myself. Mist being promoted means that she is finally a competent attacking unit on my team. She's not just support. She's not just somebody who can pick off a few units here and there. She is actually reasonably viable. And what's cool, something I didn't mention about her skill set that she learned, isn't that she just got Soul, or Canto, but she got Soul as well. While we're here skipping a little bit. This gimmick actually helps you a lot, so I can't say it's not that. I can't say that it's actually terrible. It really does help you. It doesn't help the enemies at all, because the enemies are dumb. But it does help you out, so I guess I can't complain. But Mist having one of the best masteries in this game is awesome. Can inflict 3 times normal damage and restore HP equal to the damage dealt high-level knights. This is great. This makes for a very much better Mist. I'm keeping Adept on her because, again, she needs all the combat help she can possibly muster. Very nice. I would actually prefer him to attack Ike than anything. I do want to get Ike some more experience points, but he does have quite a while before he is actually in need of maxing his level, especially because I've already passed Chapter 7. I think that's pretty darn awesome. You can keep moving with Ike's party. The fact that I just needed Ike to dodge 1 attack, and he ended up dodging 2, and I thought that was precious, honestly. Very, very precious. So Shinon having Daunt isn't the worst thing in the world, and the reason why that is because Shinon also has Provoke, and I always keep Provoke on him because he is a very good candidate for such a skill, due to the fact that he has incredible amounts of bulk. When he promotes, he's going to be even tankier than he is now, and if you think Shinon is an Armor Knight, as he stands, just you wait. The man gets even better, which I thoroughly appreciate. I think it's awesome that units like Shinon exist in Fire Emblem. You've got an archer who actually serves multiple purposes, even in a game as heavily enemy phase dependent as this game is. You can still do something with him, like for instance with crossbows. It's not great because it doesn't use his strength, granted, but there are some better crossbows you get later on in the game that do somewhat alleviate this to a little degree. And they are weapons that I definitely keep on Shinon at as best as I can, so that he can have some kind of reliable damage. 1-2 range kind of thing. It does help. He's not great with it. Like I said, crossbows, those weapons are not fantastic. But they can help in certain circumstances and situations if you know what you're doing. And if you have your units set up in such a way to take advantage of these weapons. I appreciate the damaging of the enemies. Yes, this is the only reason why this gimmick is even remotely okay, is the fact that it is something that you yourself can take advantage of the enemies being hit by it. And them being damaged, which is always nice. Yeah. Nice. Very nice, Shinon. The Armor Knights are becoming oppressively defensive for some of my units. Okay. Echoed. Perfect. She gets a wonderful Adept proc. I am absolutely all for getting this kind of chapter done as soon as I possibly can. Because most of my units don't need experience points anymore to any extreme degree, I'm not opposed whatsoever to making sure that I just go through this as fast as possible. I will attempt my best to give... I can't shove them. To give Shinon as much experience points as possible, which is one of the reasons why I was kind of bouncing back and forth with Racing, so that I could use him on the left side, I could use him on the right side. I think I'm going to use him more on this side just because I would like Shinon to get the experience points he needs to promote as soon as possible. Because a promoted Shinon is a much better unit. Especially given the fact that marksmen are much better than snipers, all in all. And it is good to have the better units. And that is my turn ended. Right in the range of this Fire Mage. Perfect. Would have been nice if Ike had a wind edge here, but that's okay. And you are defeated. Wonderful. I think Mist is going to get attacked by the General unless he doesn't move. Awesome. Some extra damage on him. Alright, so what I'm going to do here... Adept and Soul, you were doomed, friend. Another crossbow. That'll be nice for Shinon, for certain. Can't really KO him with... Well, I can if I crit. With any of my weapons, normally I was not KOing him there, but Ike decided a crit was for the best, and I agree. I have to keep Ranoff far away from the enemy line here. Alright, so I don't really want any of my units taking unnecessary damage. Mist has her maximum rank in staves, so she doesn't need staff utility, or, well, staff rank anymore, but she will absolutely still enjoy some staff experience points when it's necessary. And good old Vigor to allow you to move again. Don't think Titania can reach. No, she cannot. So what I'm going to have to do... I could attack you. If I were to get a double crit, I still wouldn't KO here. But, I mean, it could potentially be worth it, and it kind of wasn't. At all. Steel bow. And that should be my turn. Alright, so he does actually move. That's not really great. They all move. And another Thunder Mage, or Mage in general, attacks Ike. He's getting really lucky with these dodges, in a way. I mean, of course, he does have that really good support, but still. Alright, so I'm going to have to finish one of these guys off with Titania in order to get him... Wow, Provoke is doing wonders here. Instead of attacking Rayson. I mean, he wouldn't have done any effective damage, but still. I'm going to have to get him from being blocked. I can do that pretty easily by attacking you. Put you here. Well, it would be nice if he KO'd, but it doesn't look like that's happening immediately. Level 20. I should be able to get him to 21 in this very chapter. Hoping so, at least. Alright, some more experience points for Shinon. Yeah, I should definitely be able to. Again, I'm hoping so. I will just wait you right here. Perfect. You can go right here. Ranoff is actually going to be shifting. And actually, I don't think I can smite him here. Can I? I'll be finding out next turn. If not, I'll shove him at least, so that Ike can have a little bit extra space to move. The crossbow would do next to no damage against these guys here, so that's why I'm not even bothering with it. It wouldn't also give him much in experience points either. So I'm just refraining. Humorous, but not exactly great on your part. Alright, so... yeah, there's no way for me to KO this guy easily. So, at least with Ike. So I'm going to go ahead and use the hammer. He proc stun anyway, which is hilarious. Way overkill. Shift. Smite. Okay, I can. That's nice. And I will heal Ranoff. Perfect. I can come down here, equip the Wind Edge. As well, I think what I'm going to do is attack you, get you out of the way. Perfect. A little bit more experience points for Titania. Rayson is close to transforming, but not exactly there. I am going to, obviously, Vigor for you. Move him back yet again, and then afterwards, I'm going to KO him with Shinon, and then I'll be done with this little party of enemies here. I can move down south and deal with the boss's crew and the whole 9 yards down there. Interesting, he's moving. I wonder why that is. Very good job, Ike. Doing some extra bit of damage. Shinon is healed. Ike is going to need some healing. Hopefully I can take care of that this turn. However, it is time. Yes, time in that episode, or in this episode, to call it quits and bid my farewells. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe, depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.